What's up, fam? What you're hearing in the background is Native American flute music. And this video, or this poem that I'm about to recite, I wrote October 12, 2014. And basically, I'm bringing it out in response to President Obama's speech when he used Christians and Muslims in the same sentence. So here it goes. It's called America's Genocide. I wrote this October 12, Christopher Columbus Day. October 12th, 1492. 522 years of resistance against you-know-who. Do you know about the lies they told you? Because all I see is broken dreams beyond repair. Frozen hearts, broken bond, no one cares, no one's aware of the history of deception, the misery of the oppressed, the veils of lies, blinding one's perception, set up to fail, Americanized without equal protection. A system in question, but pleading the fifth, refusing to answer a system in filth, abusing their power without feeling guilt, a nation built on discrimination, racism, and innocent bloodshed. Indigenous becoming foreigners in their own land as democracy spread. Not a single thread of equality in the fabric of our nation as capitalism was bred. Brought into life, millions bled, millions left for dead. Biological warfare, but plague was attributed to God instead. Manifest destiny, the expansion of the West, the genocide sugar-coated at the conquest. The truth about Christopher Columbus suppressed. The Thanksgiving Day is more of a hex. Just ask an indigenous what he's thankful on that day. John Smith was to the Native Americans as Hernan Cortez was to the Aztecs. Islamic radicals are to free citizens as Christians were to the indigenous. Both claiming divine right by the rights of their religions. That's why I can care less about Christmas. Or is there something wrong with my thought process? Because I cannot tell the difference between today's terrorists and yesterday's colonists. The powers that be always want to point out what everyone is doing wrong, but refuse to see what they've been doing all along. In the land of the brave and the free is but an official indigenous pantheon. Cities built upon natives that weren't buried properly, deprived from their life, liberty, and property, a democracy, forcing them into poverty. And if you don't like my philosophy, then do me like you did Socrates, but I won't recant, exposing you to the atrocities caused by deceptive, Eurocentric religious ideologies, pillaging the villages and replacing them with colonies in the Western Hemisphere. Countless laid diseased and deceased. What is now labeled the Americas was now populated from man from overseas, women, children, and richer seas, 2 continents under siege. Yet Christopher Columbus, through a national holiday, is idolizing his nation. The European exploration was more of an exploitation, reducing the indigenous population near extermination, robbing them from their ancestral lands. And in America, moving them into reservations. The foundation of our country is horrendous. Tell me how it makes any sense to claim independence while being dependent on another resources. As the indigenous traveled through the trail of tears, the smell of death in the atmosphere, a people in fear, walking through the valley of not the shadow, but the presence of death for a year.